Hello, welcome to Premier Scene. I'm Claire Bueno as we attend the UK Premiere of Undefeated in association with Life in My Shoes.
It's a dream. That's all it is. I am your first one.
Now, what was the driving force for you to become a part of the project?
I ended up actually volunteering with Body and Soul. I was doing an MTV awareness campaign for HIV, and they said go to Body and Soul, do some research. And then I met the kids, and they're just amazing. So I started playing basketball, hanging out, just being with the young people. And then they found out more about what I do, and then they asked me to start the Life in My Shoes campaign. So we came up with this. I mean, Body and Soul can only do so much with looking after the young people. But if we don't deal with the stigma that's out there, they're always going to face this heavy weight in their lives beyond their illness.
And you've written the short, and you've also directed it. So where did you get your kind of the genesis really for the story?
That's from the young people. Again, Body and Soul is an incredible place, and we didn't want to just go out and do some poster campaign, some typical don't hate on people kind of message, and none of the kids respond to it. So we genuinely worked with all the young people. We sat down and then heard their stories, workshopped it with them. I wrote the script and then we workshopped it again, and so it's really their story, and I'm just sort of quite honoured to be putting it out there.
And how important is it for you as a thread really going through the narrative that you're sending a positive message subliminally, really?
Yeah, there is a positive message. I mean, there's a mixture of characters in there. There's the kind of hater characters that are pretty ignorant, really, I guess. But then you've got people that in the film start to come around and start to question things and start to get beneath that. There's a fear that's been created by the ad campaigns that have been out there. They're always tombstones or death, and every image you see is one of death. And so naturally, young people are very fearful of HIV. But the realities are not as scary. And so this film leans towards helping people to just bring their fear levels down and start being a bit more human about it.
And there was quite an unusual casting process, wasn't there? Can you share us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, we did a national star search for the star of the film. The In-Betweeners and the Misfits came in and helped us on that. And we searched thousands of people uploaded. Now, this is one of the clever things, actually. In the script for the auditions, we loaded it full of HIV facts and facts about stigma. So before we'd ever even made the film, thousands of young people had learnt the script and therefore knew about all the facts we wanted to teach them. This is before the film was even made. And then we found our star, Pearl Mahaga. She's just incredible. Gary Davey, who cast A Band of Brothers, and Finola Dwyer, who was a producer on An Education, and John Wilson at ITV. All these guys came together and we chose the final star. And when she walked in, she's just incredible. She's incredible. She never acted before. But when you see her performance, it's very special.
What was it about her sensitivities to the character that resonated with you, really?
Well, there's a few things. She's incredibly articulate, and she's very beautiful as well. And one of the things we wanted to do is the image of HIV is always death, and all the teens that visit Body and Soul, they're vibrant young people. They're alive. They're out clubbing and doing things and stuff. You know, they're just normal kids. And so we wanted a normal girl in the film. But she worked really hard to understand the characters. She has a very delicate quality about her, which I think is really going to touch people's hearts when they see it. She's a great actress, and she has that natural quality because she hasn't sort of been schooled too much, you know?
She's been lying to us, to you.
Are you settling into it all now?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, it was quite overwhelming to begin with, but I think that because I'm so involved with Body and Soul now, and I really understand the campaign now, and I really believe in it, all of this has become sort of what I want to kind of be doing, and so...
So that's what you've kind of learned from already being involved in this film, isn't it, really?
Yeah, I've learnt so much from being... I'm definitely the type of person that the film is aimed at, actually, because I never really thought about the issue or really understood the issue or really took the time to want to understand the issue. But this film kind of puts it in your face, and it puts it in your face in a creative way, a way that you can actually engage with, and a way that's interesting and really allows you to empathise with someone. and see the person behind the statistic. And so I think that that's one of the reasons why this film was really amazing, and the campaign as a whole is an amazing thing.
The film is so powerful, isn't it? So and I think with having the narrative, does that help educate the kids more, because it's not like a documentary or some sort of hard-hitting news story. It's done in a more subtle way.
Most definitely. I mean, it allows you to empathise with someone, and it allows you to learn someone. I mean, a name on a piece of paper, you can forget that, but if you kind of go through the struggle with someone and you can feel their emotion and you see it, and that's harder to forget. And so I think that the way to do it is media, because I mean, young people are excited by the media. Young people want to get involved with media increasingly, and so I think that they've really gone the right way, and I think they've done that by involving young people from the beginning. They asked young people how they would be engaged, and not only do they just take all of their feedback and all of their research meant something, they kept them involved from the beginning to the end, and that shines through the campaign. You can see it everywhere.
And for you, you're a new actress. This is a first film for you. So what was that like, having to tackle a script and learning dialogue and having to perform in front of camera?
Well, it was scary. It was really scary, but I had the support of Body and Soul, and so I also feel like I've benefited from Body and Soul in a similar way, maybe definitely not the same, but that the young people that actually visit Body and Soul do. I've been to the building and felt the warmth, and for the fact that I actually had the confidence to be able to actually upload a video says a lot, because I mean, I used to act in my room or try and copy so the fact that the campaign was approachable and friendly, and Body and Soul is approachable and friendly, made it possible for me, and I'm forever grateful for that.
And working with Tudor, what was that like? Because there must have been obviously scenes that were quite difficult for you, and not being an experienced actress might have been difficult for you to kind of display in a performance. So how did you work together to work through those scenes?
Well, Tudor really kind of helped me from the beginning. As soon as I was chosen, we met regularly and we did sessions with members from Body and Soul, and I got to know Tudor really well and on a personal level, and he made it so much easier for me to kind of be able to do it by kind of just reassuring me that I can do it and things like that. And so put up with a lot of having to be no, it's okay, but I am really grateful for his support.
You want me to tell everyone here, yeah, your little secret?
Just smack her!
Shut up, Candy! Don't touch me!
Now, The In-Betweeners has had a lot to do with how this film has come into fruition, hasn't it? Tell us a bit more.
We, Blake Harrison and I, who plays Neil, we both helped with the campaign online to get people to audition for the film. And then myself, I think Blake was working, but myself and some of the people from what's that called?
Body and Soul.
No, the other show that the people from
Misfits.
Misfits. Thank you. Sorry. Someone from Misfits came and we auditioned with the people. I auditioned with the boys, he auditioned with the girls, and now it's here and it's incredibly exciting.
And is it because you worked obviously on The In-Betweeners, and it's the same target audience, isn't it really? So working on a programme like The In-Betweeners, does that help you connect to the audience now that you're broadcasting to with this?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, you're right, the age range, the demographic is the same. And I think it's important for people to have seen people like Blake and myself in something like that, and then manage to transfer their thoughts and their direction over to something like this, Undefeated, and Body and Soul and everything. I think because they've seen us in something that they love so much, they're interested in checking out maybe the film, and then hopefully will love it as much as I will. And yeah, get involved.
Was it quite an exciting process for you as well, acting against people that have never acted before?
Yeah.
So was that quite refreshing for you?
Absolutely, it was brilliant. I mean, every single person that walked in was just wonderful, and I thankfully didn't have to have anything to do with deciding who got chosen, because I don't think I could have done. Everyone that left, I was like, oh no, they're so lovely and so great. I can't do it. Yeah, it was refreshing and exciting, and they were all excited to be there, and yeah, it was a really fun experience.
You've been heavily involved in this project, haven't you, from the beginning? Can you tell us more about your participation?
Well, last year I was asked to sort of come and do the Life in Their Shoes campaign, which I was glad, I gladly got involved with. Yeah, so I've kind of just been there, just doing whatever I can.
And going back to when you were in Misfits, all of your characters were dealing with being different and having to deal with that. So does that help you connect to what you're doing now with the Life in My Shoes?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone is different in a way. So I don't know. I don't know whether it's helped or what it's done, but yeah, I don't know how to.
Has it helped you connect to the content of what's with the charity and what it's meaning and what it's trying to portray?
Well, I think first and foremost, it's important to create this awareness that the charity's doing, and I think that's the great thing about it. And I think a lot of people don't know enough, and it's a subject matter that they feel that is distant to them, or it's something that happens to other people or whatever. But what this charity is doing is really helping people have awareness of what's going on, and that's the most important thing.
And with regards to using film as a medium, how do you think that has more power than maybe other types of maybe music or maybe documentary style of filmmaking?
I think with a film, it reaches so many people, and it's a very direct form. It's very much like poetry or something like that, but because it's a very concise medium that can really go straight to the core of something, and yeah, hopefully that's what where it's being achieved with this film, which is great.
Christine, you're a patron of the charity. Can you tell us more about it and your involvement?
I think I kind of just happened to fall into being a patron. It wasn't something that I decided. I think for me, I came along one day, met the young people, and I really felt like I wanted to do something. I don't have any history of knowing much about HIV or AIDS, or I just wanted to just be a support and just help the young people in any way I could.
Well, the interesting thing is when we go back, say 20 years ago, probably before these kids were even born, and the first sort of adverts for the HIV and AIDS were put on the television, it was all about scaring you and frightening audiences, really. So how has the approach changed with regards to educating the youngsters about the condition?
Well, I don't think it's how it was 20 years ago. I think now there's the focus is still on education, and I think from what I've seen, it's about trying to give these young people who have the condition, it's a bit more self-confidence and a bit more self-worth, so they can love themselves and still go on and have good lives. And that was something that really did draw me to that. I just wanted to see them smile and live a normal life.